Hey guys, what's up? Since you clicked on this video, that probably means you're like me, way too late buying gifts for the holidays, a good old last minute hero. Well, fear not, I have some really cool last minute gift ideas for you. So grab a snack and let's nerd out. Let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like a one thing.
Alright guys, starting off the list with this little powerhouse here, and it really is a powerhouse. This is the AINOTE Pocket Rocket P50, and this has got to be the smallest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank I've ever seen and used. It is built with what AINOTE calls Tiny Cell Pro Tech, which means it packs a ton of juice in a package that is not much larger than some AirPods Pro. I love that the lanyard is actually an integrated 60 watts charging cable, USB-C charging cable to be exact, which not only means you don't have to bring one, but it also means you can charge more than one devices at a time. And I love that it has this tiny display telling you exactly how much juice is left. It's a safe battery too, an industry first TempGuard multi-tap battery cell to be exact, with better thermal control and therefore a longer lifespan. And if you're a Samsung user, you'll be pleased to know that this thing actually supports Samsung Super Fast Charging 2.0. So what can I say? Super fast, super safe, TSA compliant, so it's good for air travel, and AINOTE offers a 3-year warranty, so if something does ever go wrong, they'll send you a replacement, no hassle, no stress. That's their words. As you can see, it comes in a bunch of funky colors. I have 3 of them here, but there's more if you have a look at the website. Perfect little stocking stuffers, so if you want to pick up one or more of these for yourself, there of course will be links in the description below the video. Next up, we've got some stuff by ESR. Now, I feature ESR stuff on this channel all the time because they just consistently keep putting out great stuff. And these new iPhone 17 stash stand cases are no exception. The ESR Cyber Tough magnetic case features all-around protection with a full coverage camera bar and a zinc alloy camera guard. It has raised edge protection around the screen, as you can see, and around the camera as well. And it features a 3-layer design, which makes these things virtually indestructible. The built-in camera control cover keeps the most vulnerable parts protected as well, while still conducting your touch controls. But by far my favorite feature on these things is the stash stand, as ESR calls them, which turns the protective barrier around the camera actually into a versatile stand for video calls, browsing the web, or watching content. Either in portrait or in landscape mode, doesn't really matter. And I really like that it's integrated into the camera control because it means that this here, the MagSafe part, actually stays available for, charging or other accessories. And with magnets that are 2 times stronger than Apple's own and a magnetic strength of 1500 grams compared to others at 700 grams, this case features a secure and reliable magnetic lock you can definitely count on. Now, whichever case you pick, do yourself a favor and slap on one of these ESR UltraFit Armorite screen protectors with accessory glass by Corning and the easiest application method in the game. It literally takes seconds to apply and you will see 0 bubbles. Go click the links in the description because I think you'll be surprised by the friendly prices on these items. Next up is the iFlytek AINOTE. This is the 2nd edition, so it's the AINOTE 2. It is not only the world's first AI-powered e-ink tablet, it is also the world's thinnest e-ink tablet, and you don't have to take my word for it. It is actually certified by Guinness World Records. Now, I'm sure you've seen one of these e-ink tablets before. The concept isn't new. They're a great alternative for paper note-taking, but this one kind of takes it to the next level because it is a drawing tablet, an e-reader, and a voice recorder and translator all rolled into one. I've been using this thing in my daytime business. It beats the hell out of lugging around different notepads, but the real cheat code for me has definitely been the AI features. It transcribes my meetings, summarizes them, and then the OCR is so solid that it even deciphers my horrible handwriting. This has saved me so much time because the steps between taking notes at events and sending off full reports to my clients are now super minimal since the AINOTE does most of the thinking for me and spits out great summaries. It comes with a 4096 level Wacom stylus. You sketch artists out there will know what that means. 6 brush styles for accurate writing and sketching, and the fast refresh rate makes all of that feel even better. What is also cool is that it's Android 14 compatible, so you can literally download apps from Google Play. And like I said, this thing is wafer thin. Just have a look. It is only 4.2 millimeters and it weighs only 295 grams. So yeah, having all of your notes with you at all times at the weight of a standard deck of playing cards is a win in my book. So guys, I'm sure you are already listing some of your New Year's resolutions, and going ultra light for work while saving some trees in the process should definitely be one of them. Or maybe you have a kid going to college or a partner starting a new job, literally the perfect gift. And if you use the discount link in the description below, you'll get 15% off your purchase, which actually makes makes this a really good deal. Now, my next recommendation for you guys is to get yourself one of these. This is a Ugreen NAS. If you don't know, NAS stands for Network Attached Storage, and in a nutshell, it's basically your own little cloud, except it stores all of your stuff locally and in a safe manner. I know one of my New Year's resolutions is to drastically cut down on all those micro subscriptions I have. I mean, that stuff can get really expensive real fast if you're not careful, and I've reached a point where I don't even know how many subscriptions I have going on, so I'm really gonna sit down at the end of December, mark them all down and just slash them. Cloud storage is definitely one of those things. You've got Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, iCloud, you name it. I'm kind of over it, to be honest. My plan is to bring all of that back to one cloud solution and to replace all of the other ones with one of these. The way it works is simple. The NAS itself is kind of like a very simple desktop computer. You take this thing off and you put 2 of these hard drives in there, and presto, it becomes your own little storage server. You can then set up a redundancy, which basically means that if over time one of the drives will fail, the other one will keep the data safe, so you can go out and replace the broken drive, and that way everything always stays safe. And because it's connected to the internet, network attached storage, you can access your data from anywhere in the world, so you literally have a private little cloud. And you can store anything you want, photos you take on your phone, videos, documents, send it all to the NAS and boom, you're good. 2 drives is the minimum, but if you need more storage, you can always upgrade to a larger NAS, and that is what I like about these things. You decide what you need and how much you want to spend on it. I remember NAS systems being really expensive, but that's no longer the case, especially with players like the Ugreen entering the market. You can pick up a 2-bay NAS for as little as $200, even less if you manage to catch a nice holiday discount. All right, next up are some headphones. This is one of those gifts that just works for anyone. My absolute favorites this year are definitely the Sony XM6s. The noise cancelling on these things is just unreal, good pass-through, super comfortable, and fantastic audio too, with a good app so you can EQ it exactly the way you like it. My most used ones, however, are not these, they're actually my AirPods Pro. The Sonys are great for flights or if you really want to zone out to some music or in my case some video editing, but for everyday stuff, listening to music on the go, going to the gym, I'll always grab these 100% of the time. If I'm using Apple devices, that is, because when I'm on my Fold 7 or any other non-Apple device, I prefer these. These are the Samsung Buds FE, really excellent buds, great fit, easy to connect, and the best part is that they're super affordable. You'll also see me rocking these Buds FE whenever I pick up one of my handheld gaming consoles. Now, being a triple girl dad and a double business owner, I've had to come to terms with the fact that I simply do not have the time for long gaming sessions anymore, which is probably why my gaming PC over there mostly collects dust these days. I do, however, have little pockets of time, maybe 15 minutes here, half an hour there, or maybe I'm on a flight. Those are the moments I give myself permission to play a little game or two. And I've really come to appreciate these handheld gaming devices for that. First, I picked up a Nintendo Switch OLED a couple of years ago, and while I liked it, you really need to be into Nintendo games to truly get the most out of that thing, and those aren't really my jam. I did pick up the Switch 2 as well, as you can see, mostly to review for the channel, and while I do like certain games like Donkey Kong Bonanza or Zelda, the Nintendo catalog for me is a bit limiting. And that is when I discovered the Steam Deck. And man, do I love this thing. Especially the OLED version. It is not the most powerful handheld out there. It's been out for a couple of years and there are objectively better ones in terms of hardware, but SteamOS is just a dream. No Windows hassle. You just pick it up, play for a bit, and then put it down, put it to sleep. You don't have to turn it off. And then later you can just pick it up again, switch it on, and instantly start playing exactly where you left off. Just like a console. No boot times, no annoying updates, just turn it on and go. And the best part is that I get to play almost my entire Steam library on this thing. Minus maybe a handful of really graphically intensive games, but all in all, this thing plays most of the catalog. Guys, if you're super busy like me, but you kind of miss gaming, don't sleep on this. It has made gaming possible for me again, and I absolutely love it. Now, if you don't feel like investing in a dedicated handheld, you should consider one of these. The the Razer Kishi, or the Backbone. These are really good controllers that turn your own smartphone into a handheld gaming device. And these days, you don't have to settle for those silly mobile games anymore. There are some really awesome solutions, especially for Android phones. You can download an app called Game Hub, which lets you play and even download compatible games directly from your Steam library. And then there are streaming services like Netflix that have been doing some really cool stuff, like making Red Dead Redemption available to play on your phone. If you have a Netflix subscription, you can just download it for free and start playing. I kid you not. And it looks and feels amazing. But yeah, on-screen controls do suck a little bit, so attaching one of these bad boys to your phone makes all the difference. What's cool is that the Razer Kishi is actually big enough for something like a iPad mini. And let me tell you, playing games on that big screen, I mean for a handheld, this mini has a massive screen, is a real treat. Speaking of iPads, and don't worry, I'm not gonna recommend you to buy an iPad, but I will recommend a way to give your existing iPad some new flair. This is one of my favorite new cases by Harbour London. I love their stuff. They make some of the best leather products for your tech products. They've been on the channel a million times because they make such cool products. All of them are full grain leather, and it's handcrafted, and you can tell by these little imperfections. Like on this one, the flap is ever so slightly off center, which gives it a bit of character, and you can tell that this didn't just roll off some factory belt. The iPad is very well protected, as you can see. Like there's a button here, but it's protected on the inside, so you don't have to worry about scratching or damaging anything, and you can close it so it doesn't fall out, which is often the case with these sleeves. You know, you pick it up in a hurry and then boom, it falls out. Not with this one. So I really like this one. Love the color as well, but you should check out their website. They have a lot of different colors. The inside is usually felt or microfiber, and then you have this beautiful leather on the outside. Can definitely recommend. This is a very cool gift for somebody that owns an iPad. I'm not sure if they have discounts going on. They often do around the holidays, but I will check it out and put the links below if they do. Now let's do one more big gift, if you will, before we close off with some awesome little stocking stuffers. This is the Elgato Stream Deck, but I'll throw some B-roll in the video so you know exactly how it works. I guess most of you will already know what this is, but if you don't, you're missing out. These things are so useful. It's basically just a bunch of programmable hotkeys, but you can make them do pretty much anything. Well, it won't do your dishes for you, but it can do most things. I use it mainly to control my lights, but I also have some hotkeys set up to trigger some apps I use often, or some standard email replies that I have to send to brands all the time, like my shipping details. No need to type it all out anymore, just hit a button and boom. I can pull up apps I use often. I use it in Zoom calls to mute my mic, turn off my camera, or leave the meeting. Super useful little device. I've used this way more than I thought I would. Alright, now for those stocking stuffers. This little thing is the Lexar Professional Go. It is a very fast little SSD that is made to fit your phone. I use this with my iPhone all the time, mainly because I like to shoot videos in Apple Log, which is a RAW format that requires a lot of free space. And if you want to shoot those higher frame rates, you literally can't do it without an external storage. And rather than having a big old SSD dangling off my phone, this thing sits snugly against my phone. I can even rest my finger on it, so it's actually pretty ergonomic. And when I'm done, I can just grab this thing, plug it directly into a USB-C or Thunderbolt port on my computer, and offload the whole thing. Good luck trying to get those files transferred using AirDrop. Speaking of file transfers, you may have seen these on the channel before as well. These are all-in-one cables by a company called Rolling Square. They have all the extensions you could possibly need. There is a USB-C cable, another USB-C, so you can do USB-C to USB-C, USB-A to USB-C, USB-A to Lightning, USB-C to Lightning, and this Lightning cable actually has a trick up its sleeve because it is shaped like a micro USB, so you can use it both as a micro USB cable and a Lightning cable. So in other words, you can make endless combinations and you have literally everything you need in this little cable. I also love that it comes with a little cap, keeps it all neat and organized, and it's magnetic as well. And then this little loop, you can actually put it on a keychain, which is so convenient. You get them in a bigger version as well if you need some longer cables. There's a super long one as well, so there's something for everyone. But me personally, I like this little guy because I can just put it in my pocket or use it as a keychain, and I always have all of the cables with me. Guys, honestly, I could keep nerding out with you guys forever about tech gift ideas, but I should probably call it a wrap for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it one of these. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.